Get out of Taipei for a bit with Voice of South Taiwan. Each week, join us in discovering the best that the southern side of the country has to offer. You'll uncover a part of Taiwan that you never knew you needed to know. The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts is located in Weiwuying, on the site of a former military village. Raymond Wong is its Deputy General Director.
A group of people, a very passionate social activists, they lobbied to the Ministry of Defense and the central government to ask for this place to be open to the public as a park. And at the same time, they want this park to have a cultural elements. So this center was decided to build in the year 2005, and it took 10 years to build. So finally, it opened in 2018. And the halls, it could accommodate more than 6,000 audiences. So I would say this is a very interesting, unconventional space. Unlike other theaters who might need audience to be more serious to watch the performances, but here is a more leisure, more casual, and people could enjoy whatever they want.
The massive building and its many concert halls, library, conference rooms, and park are an important place for culture in South Taiwan.
We also see a lot of opportunities in the south of Taiwan because during these years, the city of Kaohsiung developed quite fast with different sectors. They have more industries and more events happening and more commercial activities as well. So we see the need of the people. They find their leisure time to spend in the city. So our center offers different activities every weekend. We open almost every day, and we offer arts and cultural literacy programs, workshops, or even, of course, performances, but a lot of free events that people could enjoy. So our position is unlike other similar theaters in Taiwan. They might focus more on professional artistic performances, but we do more because we think artistic programs is important, but at the same time, our street events and all sorts of activities are very important to the citizen in Kaohsiung as well.
Raymond came from Hong Kong to South Taiwan.
I thought Taipei is the whole Taiwan. It stands for whole Taiwan. But when I travel here and I start my second life here, so I think Kaohsiung and other cities surrounding is more interesting. I try not to compare with the north and the south, but particularly in the south, I think it is undermined. And there's a lot of beauty and a lot of diversity here. And I think Kaohsiung is really a good point. It offers connections to Asian countries like Japan, Hong Kong, of course, and Southeast Asia. And it's also very a small city to navigate. Interesting people, passionate people. Although it's not really organized as we normally see in Taipei, but we call it rather rough, the roughness. How to build performing arts industry based on all these raw and rough environment.
The director of the center is Qian Wenpin.
Yeah, it's active, but not so not so metropolitan like in Taipei or Hong Kong or even Paris or London, such city. And I used to work and live in Düsseldorf in Germany, and that town is not so big. Yeah, it's not small, but it's not big city. So I feel that the atmosphere or the tempo of the city are similar.
He also has a background in arts as an orchestra director.
You know, I used to work as a conductor in German theater, and I remember so every year during the Christmas time, so I have to answer question from behind because all the kids they were in auditorium and they will come to you and hi. So before I can give the first beat, and they will ask some interesting questions to you, and so for example, why you don't sit? so but I have to stand to conduct. And what is in your hand? Yeah, because I usually I don't use the conducting baton, so I use a chopstick, or sometimes a pencil. So such silly stuff. Yeah. So and then, what is in your hand? Oh, it's a stick.
Together with Raymond, they have a vision for culture in South Taiwan.
Our mission is to develop the art sector to be more healthy so that our artists could earn a living through the tickets, and at the same time people can enjoy more variety of activities because of the economic system and ecosystem has been built so that more and more artists are willing to perform in Kaohsiung. We have a very diverse and very large segmentations of the marketing and the ticketing, so that the lowest tickets could be 300 NT, but the highest tickets it could reach 6,000 or even higher. So it's really up to the artists that we are going to present. But I think this is also great to establish a benchmark for the artistic events here, so that we get a lot of activities more and more here, because these cities, the audience here are willing to buy tickets. Also offer opportunities for local artists and to actually have a voice to stand out through our activities. So we always invite local artists, young talents, and we have a lot of initiatives like the opera singing contest and acting workshops, theater reading scheme, and also all these contests, so that we offer opportunities for local artists, musicians to come and to show their talents.
This weekend, the center opens its yearly event, the Children Festival.
The Weiwuying Children Festival it lasts for 3 weeks. So this is the first weekend. So we will start our opening ceremony at 2 p.m. So we will also have a lot of events happening at the same time, including performances. So today we have circus from Australian company. And we also have talks, invite what we call a key opinion leader, who is a mother, to share about how to nurture, how to raise the children.
The 3 weeks festival showcases a progressive philosophy on education.
So I think the initiative and discovery, the sense of discovery from the kids is more important nowadays, because people tend to make the children more keen on discovery, and I think this is very important to us through the arts.
Wen Bin tells us more.
Today is our children's festival, yearly happened in July, and we have been starting this festival since 2012, long before the building completed. Today it was the opening ceremony, and later it's the soccer game, which we introduced since 3 years. Yeah, and because in my opinion, all the disciplines of performing arts, they are physically active, and I do think that there are some connection between performing arts and sport.
The team behind the festival wants kids to be more autonomous.
And I think we should start from our own attitude towards the kids, because I'm a parent with 2 kids. So I remember when I raised them, I try not to shape them too early. This is something that the Taiwanese people, they had their own attitude toward the kids, because they really want their kids look like something, and they tend to mold them or to shape them too early. So we tend not to encourage them. I think this is one of the key issues I observe from the parents and the kids here in Kaohsiung, or not just Kaohsiung, but generally in Taiwan. We pretend to be quite humble, and sometimes too humble.
The key speaker invited by Raymond this year is Joyce Chao, an actress and author on the themes of motherhood and education. She talks to us while Raymond translates.
I had an activity here.
She has a lecture today for 45 minutes during the Children Festival. It's about courage, because she just released a book sharing her experience where she tried to make babies for the test tubes babies. It was really not easy process, but that's why there was readers came.
Want to be a mother, but very difficult to have a baby. So when they see me, they always cry. 对，因为真的很辛苦，所以我每
They
次看到这些
really
眼泪，我都
appreciate
会
the
觉得
efforts
说
and
啊，
the
我做这些
courage
事
that
情
she
跟这个
has,
分享
and
是很棒
it
的，
makes
尤
her
其我是带
feel
着我的 baby，所以
feel
我
a
希
bit
望可以透过
sensitive, and she feel emotional. Yeah, yeah. And she actually when she saw the readers and the fans came for the lectures, she really feel emotional.
Joyce is one of many Taiwanese parents who are eager to challenge traditional codes in education and raise kids to be more independent.
其实现在对于比较年轻
I
的
think
台湾
the
夫妻来说，
younger generation
包括现
parents
在
they
在
receive
手机
much
上
more
面有非常
information
多
than the
的
older
短
generations
视频
normally
所以
does
我们
because
其实
there is
越来
a
越
lot
可以
of
接
clips
受所
online
谓的
that they will
或
know
外
about
国
how
式的教育
the
OK，比如说
other cultures how they
自
nurture
主
children.
进食
For example,
就是
she
baby
gave an
自
example,
己
very
去
good one
learning
is
food，就是
how
我
to
们
feed,
越来越
how
可以
to
接受我们会喂
give
孩
food
子
to the children. So
feeding，而
traditionally,
是让他自己
the older
完全
generations
上
people
他自己
locally
可
would
能
like
会
to feed the
很
kids because
messy 啊，
they
很
don't
乱
want
啊，OK， 但是问题
them to
是
be
我
messy.
们知
But
道这
now,
个可以
I
训
think
练他的
because
脑
of
跟手
the
的眼
self-feeding,
睛
they
眼
manage
睛
themselves,
跟
and
嘴
at the
巴
same
他要
time
把一个东西拿
they
起来
know
放到
about
嘴巴里
how
面，这
to
个是很困难
coordinate
的事情。
themselves,
所以
the
就包括
motor
连这一
skills and
点，
so
我
on,
觉得
so
现
that
在
they
大
can
家越来
manage
越愿意
to
花时
feed
间在面
themselves.
对孩子，
The
基
parents
本上
and
就是要
accept that,
面对所有
although
的
it
脏乱跟
makes
不
the
成
table
功
quite
跟没
messy
有
and so
效
on,
率这件
but
事情。
this is also quite acceptable right now to the younger generation parents.
One of the activities at the festival is an outdoors market handled by children. Kids have a little booth and their parents stay nearby. But the children handle the sales. They sell little toys or stickers or their own arts and crafts. The ultimate goal is to teach them to be more autonomous and grow a sense of entrepreneurship while developing an artistic outlook. In all cases, being creative and not afraid of mistakes.
I think the creativity starts from try by errors. Through arts programs, we always make mistakes during rehearsals. This is normal. So that we try to promote arts training, like play reading sessions, like workshops, so that during that workshops, because we understand that this is a kind of process. So during that process, of course, we allow us to make mistakes. So this is how creativities can be made. And I think this is quite interesting. If we try to promote more arts and cultural activities and initiatives to more schools and more parents and more kids, I think we could have something different.
Joyce also encourages parents to go against all sorts of stereotypes in education.
对，所以我觉得进
For
剧
nurturing
场呢，对宝
creativities,
宝来说
she
本来就
thinks
是一个
it's
很
getting
重
more
要的事
important
情，包
because
括现在
somehow
会有在
cultural
做的
center
很
like
多的
this
活
so
动，所以
offer
平常呢，其
opportunities
实
for
我们带
the
宝
children
宝
to
就是我
explore.
们
But
不太会限制
somehow
他，就是
there
我
was
们
a
的教育不
stereotyping.
太会去分
Local people,
男生跟
especially
女生。
the
比如
Taiwanese
说
people, they might
，for
think
example, for boys, we don't talk him. Don't cry because you are a boy. 就是我们不会用这样的方
the
式
girls,
所以其实
also
在我
have
的
their
这
own
个女儿
stereotyping
之前呢，我其实
on
是一
how
个
they
step mother，
behave.
我有一个
And so
step son，
actually
但是我在
she
带我的
has a
step son 的时候，
stepson.
我 yes step
and
son
and she tries to make it more
可以，如果他
inclusive,
哭
more-minded, not
半个
to
小时，
actually
我可以
have
陪
their
他半个小时。
children to be shaped like ordinary people normally is.
A growing number of parents in Taiwan challenge an education system still very much focused on cramming for exams. They see the value in their children developing a creative mindset and not being afraid of failure on their path towards adulthood. The National Kaohsiung Center for the Arts at Weiwuying will be at the forefront of this change for the next 3 weeks with the Children's Festival.